It is June 15th, 2026. I am at Joel Pearl, thejoelpearl.com on Blue Sky, and it's time to get in the weeds. A multitude of Mondays, in which there are many Mondays, and only one is the one you can pick. It is magnificent, in some ways magnanimous, and Jeremy Lambert is here to explain all of those words because he is a writer. Good morning.
I'm not explaining anything.
Spoken like a true writer. How you doing, pal?
I was telling you off air, I'm tired. It wasn't like super busy weekend. It was just a long weekend because I stayed up watching the New Japan show. Didn't sleep really at all on Sunday. Then watched the UFC show, and that went later because the rain and everything. So I haven't slept a ton, but you know, what can you do? It's fine. I'm here. It's all good.
It's fine. That's right.
That's fine. Yep.
All sports are finished. There are no more sports to talk about until, I don't know, the fall. So we got that going for us.
Baseball. I mean, baseball's still around.
Yeah, till the fall. We don't need to talk about baseball until the fall.
That's fair. I don't really. I don't follow baseball until the playoffs start. So I'm
y'all
gonna
mad at that. Y'all really want to talk about 798 games of baseball in the summertime? What are we doing?
Yeah, the World Cup is going on. I have been watching a lot of World Cup. I'm doing a bit with so I watched a USA game on Friday. That was a great performance. And my friend Samer, who people know or may not know, but he's been on the show before, and I reference him a fair amount of times. He's a big soccer fan, very, very big soccer fan. He plays soccer and everything, so he's like very into the World Cup and everything. And you know, I was talking to him about the World Cup like before it started, like, oh, who's good, all this stuff. And so now I'm doing a bit like every game I call every team trash, and that the USA would like beat them like 5-0 after the performance against Paraguay where we won 4-1. I was like, these teams are trash. You know, USA would dominate them. And he's getting very annoyed at me, but I find it very funny. So that's my bit. USA. I don't like our country, but I will support the World Cup soccer team.
Oh, can you let me know, are any of those games are they rigged? You got any tips on some of these players?
I was literally editing that as the banner of just the rigged comments there. They might be. I don't know. Honestly, like anything can be rigged at this point.
What an incredible world we live in.
Dude, so I'm sure you didn't watch the UFC show last night.
No, I kept tabs on it via the people that normally cover it. Like I'm looking at Shaq's coverage and Pollock's coverage, and like I'm most of the people that we know and like in the space that I follow. So
right,
that's it.
Yeah. So I'm watching this event. I watched the whole thing. I thought the start of it was very embarrassing, honestly.
Yes.
I was just like, all right, dude. I don't know. They did this terrible rendition of Thunderstruck, like god awful.
Of course.
And I was like, why? What is this? What?
Because nobody wants to give the rights to the people, or they don't want to pay. It really
no. It's not even the rights thing, because they use all of this actual music, and like it doesn't really matter. It was because they were using
marching band.
What
was it? The Marine Corps marching band?
No, I don't know. Because they used Springsteen, and I'm pretty sure Springsteen has told them to F off and like don't use my music. So they don't care about that. It has nothing to do with that. They had a live band, and like the live band was honestly like really good, truthfully. Like they played all the walkout music. Like that was one of the best parts of the show, was the live band playing everybody to the cage and stuff. But I don't know, whoever was singing this AC/DC song it wasn't good. So it was and then they do this big walkout with like Trump and Dana White. I was like, is this what is this? And they had like a bunch of AI stuff with and all that was like terrible and everything. So there was some very embarrassing stuff that was on there, but I tuned in for the spectacle, and the spectacle was as I expected it. Like look, say what you will about TKO and everything, and there's a lot to say about them, but man, it was like the setup was something else, and it just everything that went into it was something else, and it was cool. I'm not gonna pretend like it wasn't cool to see. It was some of the stuff of like they're doing like the warm-ups in like the Lincoln Room and everything. I'm like, why are we having like fighters like warm up in here? It's like they literally turned the White House into like a locker room.
The Apex.
Yeah, they like turned it into a locker room and everything. I was like, this is no wonder other countries are like, what is this dumbass country doing? Like we've turned our nation's capital into a UFC stage. Like it is all pretty embarrassing. But if you can get past that, then the spectacle of it was pretty amazing. And then the fights were great. They put together a mismatch card, which I think they wanted to do to show like, hey, we are going to like everyone tune in, and you're gonna see something spectacular. And so that's what they did. They put together like a card that was, for the most part, complete mismatches, and then the fights that weren't mismatches, which were on paper only 2 of them, delivered. Every fight ended in a knockout. The main event, Justin Gaethje, what a performance by Justin Gaethje! Just absolutely incredible performance against Ilia Topuria. So like it was amazing to like watch. Again, once you get past like the embarrassing part of it, and everybody after the fight like going up to Trump and be like, oh, thank you for doing all these great things for our country, and man, none of this would happen. I was like, yeah, like maybe none of this should happen. I don't know, man. I'm paying like $4.50 for gas right now. Can we focus on something better than doing all these fights and everything? That fight was always gonna suck though. It's a heavyweight fight. Like Derek Lewis has been kind of washed, and Hoke. So I didn't actually watch that fight. I was
doing literally anything else. Just leave it at that.
doing
something else. I get it. Move on, you dick.
But before the fight, like as they were running through the card, I was like, oh yeah, Josh Hokett's gonna say something like racist and misogynist and homophobic probably. And sure enough, he hit all 3 of them in his post-fight interview. So yeah, that dude sucks. And it was embarrassing, but it was it was a spectacle. I gotta say that it was a spectacle. It was something else, and again, the fights were good. I can't like begrudge the fighters. I mean, all of them are kind of MAGA, but it feels like, but they went out there and they did their jobs. I think if you tuned in for the first time, you were probably like, man, this is like the coolest thing ever. And now you're going to watch like some event at the Apex and be like, man, this is the dumbest shit ever. I'm never going to watch again.
Oh my God. It's like watching WrestleMania. Wow.
Yeah, kind of.
This is the coolest spectacle I've ever seen, except for all the ads. And then you're going to watch on Monday and be like, oh, this is the shit normally? All right.
Yeah, there was a lot of ads. There was a lot of ads.
Spectacle, not respectable. That's a pretty good way of putting it.
Yeah, that's good. I like that line. Yeah.
Hey man, you know what? Happy 250th birthday. Brought to you by Riyadh season. This we can own your ass too.
Yeah. They had like Tyson Fury come out. They gave him like this big grand entrance, and
he's been welcomed back into the United States of America after certain allegations were lobbied against him and kept him out for the last 5 years. You can go ahead and look those up.
Yeah. Again, it's like, man, I saw like the Nitro Circus clips that happened on like Saturday, I guess. It's like, what? Like, why are we doing like motorcycle backflips on the front lawn of the White House? Like, what is this country, man? Like, really, what is this? This has been annoying me for the World Cup, is they got these like hydration breaks now just to do like ads in the middle of like the first and second half. So after like I don't know, like the 25-minute mark or so, they do like these hydration breaks, and it's literally just to put ads in the show, because usually in soccer there's no breaks. Like it's 45 minutes
Well,
plus
hold on.
stoppage time. What?
My 4-year-old is doing a 3-week of soccer camp thing, and you know what they do? Well, it's not really a camp; it's a long story. But he's doing soccer for the next 3 weeks, and you know what? They do water breaks because you need to stay hydrated. So you know what? Soccer doing the right thing. Water breaks. It's just like in hockey; they take the 12-minute break, in the period to go to the commercials, and that's a
12-minute.
At the 12-minute mark.
Oh, okay, yeah. We've had it's 3 different breaks.
Yeah, so they take the breaks during the period to go and do a commercial break, but during that, it's a hydration cool down period. It's fine.
It's to clean the ice. That's what they do.
Yeah, it's
during that time.
To drink something.
They have the little ice scrape. Well, they drink something. They get shifts. Like soccer, you don't really get shifts unless you sub out. But if you sub out, you're done. So
even more. Yeah. There you go. Ryan's got it. In my day, you got orange slices, and you like it, right?
It's just It's the completely just to put ads there.
Absolutely. I'm just putting it out there that water is a good thing, and you people are monsters.
Yeah.
Play for me.
I was talking to Sarah about that. I was like, dude, the game's gone soft. What are these hydration breaks and everything? He's like, they gotta put these ads. It's like, I know, but like, it's lame as hell. Like, no, give me my straight 50 minutes of soccer. I don't want these. He's like, yeah, it kind of changes the game because like it can kill momentum and guys get rest and everything. So it does like kind of flip the game a little bit. It's pretty lame that it's happened. But what can you do?
Yeah, well, like I said, you gotta drink, man. You gotta drink your water, and also Riyadh season.
I'm drinking coffee.
That's fine. You drink your coffee, and how about you drink these fireworks in while you leave a thumbs up on the video, would you? Don't eat fireworks. They're not good for you, but watching them is nice. If you're in New York, then they probably been going off nonstop for the last 72 to 196 hours. Hopefully you're staying safe in that city, because God knows SB3 is there to help burn it down. So leave a thumbs up on the video.
SB3 is avoiding everything.
He says he is, but SB3 is a harbinger of chaos.
Yeah, but he really doesn't like Knicks fans or the Knicks.
He's just hanging out with his family, celebrating with them.
Yeah.
They're in a bunker somewhere, just being like, I hope nobody tries to kill us. Anyway, so leave a thumbs up, if nothing else, for SB3 and his non-Knicks fandom. And you can subscribe to this channel because we have something for you every single day. If it's not us Monday to Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, it's something else. Jeremy and Steven Jensen doing Spotlight. On Fridays, you've got Coexisting with Rob and Maggie. And on Sundays, you have Coast to Coast with JPJ and Collins. So check them out. And of course, you can donate a super chat any amount, get your question or your statement read on the air, and also pays for our hydration breaks on this channel.
Do we take hydration breaks on this channel?
I mean, usually I'll just mute myself and you'll see me drink from something. So there's that.
True. Yeah.
You also will just grab a drink of something.
Yeah, it's always water unless it's coffee. Yeah, it's Wheatley at the Friday shows, but yeah, it's always water unless again it's coffee.
So I was telling Jeremy, ITW, the W stands for water, in the water. Like, we're now a swimming podcast. We're now a nautical podcast. I'm looking at houseboats on the internet. We're all making plans. Andrew Zarian's in our chat. He likes his water and his nips. Shout out to him. So if you, at the beginning of the show, Jeremy was saying he's tired. So we were late for like a minute today because my kid, we're always a little late. My kid decided to sleep in until 9:30 this morning, which is actually not his fault this time. He was exhausted. Okay. He had a long day, did a lot of stuff, had a birthday party, ran around. It was a good busy day. We're finally at the finish line. He is in bed and everything's cool and everything's calm. And you see him just kind of like flop back. And the fucking fire alarm goes off in our building. And the fire alarm in our building, you've heard it before. It just goes beep, and then it beeps in every single area in someone's unit. It'll go off. But then if it's just a fire alarm that's not in your specific unit, it stops beeping in the unit and it only beeps on the outside. But then when the announcements come on, that's when they start, coming through every friggin' speaker in the house. My kid is like just right there, and he hears the beep and he just starts screaming, "Mommy, Dad!" And I was like, God dang it. Anyway, so that was at 8 o'clock. My kid didn't fall asleep until 10. because the stupid fire alarm goes off, and he has to wait until he hears the announcement from the security, who are always super loud and obnoxious, saying, "Attention, attention, everything's fine. Everything's fine." And you're like, "Wait, if everything's fine, just like maybe don't do it at 10. Don't do it at 8, 10 o'clock, and don't do it at like a decibel level of 10. And anyway, eventually the kid fell asleep, but it was super late. So he slept in, which meant that I had to like rush ass this morning to get to the show on time. And yeah.
You should have just kicked him out the door. Like, yeah, go.
I tried to.
Be on your own.
Get your
figure
ones.
it out.
I mean, listen, here's the thing. Every single time this has happened, false alarm. False alarm. This has been multiple times now where there has been a false alarm, fire alarm, and it's absolutely killing us because they keep happening in the evenings. And the false alarms are either false alarm because someone is triggering the door because they're keeping it open while they go for a smoke because they're lazy, or it's people smoking in the stairways and triggering the alarm, at which point they're like, all right, it's a false alarm. We don't want to start a witch hunt for somebody trying to figure out who's smoking in the stairwell. It's absolutely disturbing. It sucks. It's stupid.
Didn't the fire alarm go off
during a show?
During the show, yeah.
It's happened a few times. They've also done like testing days, which I've known about, but they're always like, oh, it's going to happen between 9 and 5. And you're like, thank you. thank you for that timing. It's dumb. Anyway, so that's what we have to do. At least they know. At least you know they work. That's the thing. I don't, because every time they say that it's happening, it turns out to be a false alarm. So it could be that someone triggered it by doing something they weren't supposed to do. It could be that something happened that I don't think the problem is that they work. I think the problem is that they don't work, and they're coming up with false alarm every time. I'm trying to give options for why they could be false alarm, not that it's not working and something's being triggered falsely. By the way, the building also has to pay every time the fire department shows up. And guess how many times out of 10 the fire department will show up when the fire alarm goes off? Jeremy, would you like to take a guess?
0.
10 out of 10 times, because they are obligated. Thankfully, they're just down the street. They are obligated to show up.
It'd be funny if they just didn't show up.
They should just call and be like, y'all good? Because they're right down the street. Security could be like, yeah, probably. What's the worst that could happen?
I have breaking news.
I love it.
Joel.
What is it?
You know how I want to work on
do
what?
The Slammiversary match?
Yes.
Yes.
I have a guest tomorrow from the winning side of things. One guess as to who from the winning side will be joining us, but we have a guest from the winning side of things.
We got Enzo
tomorrow. That would be something, wouldn't it? Josh Bishop scheduled to join us tomorrow.
God bless.
He's working with MLW, so.
Oh yeah, that's right. He just did the match on Fusion that aired on Saturday.
Yeah, they did the balcony spot with him and Matthew Justice. Yeah, and Bishop had a big weekend at the tapings, so we'll talk to him a little bit about that. So we have Bishop tomorrow. I will ask him about what the hell happened in this Slammiversary match.
Very excited for this.
It'll be good to get like the winner's side first and be like, so here's what we found out here. What can you tell us when we get all the guys from the losing side on? That should be very fun.
I'm very, very excited for that. God bless. Yeah, gonna have a good time with that. Good shout out to you and obviously to Josh Bishop, who is planning to join us for that. Odds are we'll have him from the winning side and nobody else.
Yeah, no, probably nobody else on the winning side, but we'll hopefully have all these dork losers on. I will not say that to their face.
I will. Say, you know what Jeremy called you? Especially Macklin. I'll be like, Macklin, he called you.
I'll say it to Macklin because Macklin, at least gets my humor a little bit. I won't say it to Doyle or Mance. I don't know them that well.
I will say it to Mance on your behalf, especially.
I think they'd find it funny. They're like, well, yeah, on that night we kind of were dork losers, honestly. Can't really argue with the kid.
Meanwhile, I mean, Jake
Granted,
Doyle,
I'm older than them, but I'm calling myself kid.
Meanwhile, Jake Doyle's winning matches in AEW now, so clearly we're doing okay.
Yeah, I wasn't like super surprised he won. So obviously I was there on Thursday, so I watched the show before everybody.
You and me both, pal.
I wasn't like it wasn't the most shocking thing in the world, but Speedball does the inset promo where he's like, I'm gonna take out everybody of the Don Callis family one by one. I'm like, shouldn't you be like starting with like Rocky if you're gonna do all this? Like, that's a guaranteed victory. No offense to Rocky, but like that's a guaranteed victory. I was like, I don't know if beating like Doyle on the first run of this is where you. I guess if you want to make an impact, no pun intended, literally no pun intended. I guess if you want to like start off hot, like you beat Doyle and then like not Doyle's just gonna beat him. I was like, oh okay, sure. Like I actually like that. I respect that they had Doyle win, because I think it would have just been the easy thing to do to have Speedball win. So very interested where that all goes, because Speedball was trying to take out the Don Callis family, and he's a dork loser right now. He's a giant failure.
Wow. Don't say that about my Speedball. He's fantastic. He's not a dork loser.
He is. He's lost his last 2 matches.
Yeah, but he's going to get his redemption soon enough in his hometown. I don't know how.
Maybe.
I don't really know how, but it's either that or they do a can't beat him, join him like they did with Mark Briscoe obviously didn't end up joining, but they might do something along those lines where someone actually does have to join the Don Callis family who wasn't supposed to. Or maybe he just says, yeah, can't beat him, join him, and he decides to go bad. Maybe there's a Speedball heel turn in there after all. Or maybe it's all turning into Kevin Knight's gonna, I don't know, like this idea, but Kevin Knight dismantles the Don Callis family from the inside, or causes turmoil on the inside, even though there's already turmoil on the inside of the Don Callis family. And he ends up turning babyface again and rejoining with his buddy Speedball. I don't know if that's even an idea that's worth going through, unless it's very long term. But yeah, I don't know. It's just a couple of like random thoughts off top of my head. But Speedball going after the biggest dog in the yard is not the first time he's done that. Bite off more than he can chew. If anything, it's admirable, if not stupid, as a character. But yeah, who knows?
I mean, it's a little stupid as a character. Yeah, let me go after this giant group of people, and I'm one lone person. They're just gonna put Speedball in the conglomeration and be like, guys, I need help. Like, okay.
So this is another interesting thing. So Redmond Survivor was saying, like, if it's funny because I read Knight, someone had mentioned something from SmackDown earlier, and I was like, wait, LA Knight dismantling the Don Callis family? Yeah.
Maybe.
Anyway, if Kevin Knight's there's too many Knights in wrestling. If Kevin Knight's dismantling Don Callis family, I think it'd be on behalf of Swerve. And I'm thinking to myself, so after the New Japan show, Dave was kind of hinting that there were plans for the United Empire to be a bit of a part of Forbidden Door, which like I think we kind of started putting together because of the Cal Newman and the Osprey story. And it's like, but if they're going to be a part of anything and they're maybe part of the final, Osprey has a team, Swerve has nobody. It's a little too quick to do something for Knight on behalf of Swerve, but I'm like, what if Swerve's bringing in his guys at the end of that match or something along those lines, kind of where my brain started going. So I don't know if Kevin Knight is one of those guys, because again, they do have the story with Swerve and Knight saying I'm the now and Swerve, that stuff. But I don't know if they're going to do something so quick to put Knight and Swerve together, if at all.
Yeah, I don't know on Kevin Knight and Swerve. It feels like that's simmering a little bit, because Kevin Knight's going to be part of the cage match.
Allegedly. So, we're going to find out, because they got to do a 12 on 12 first, name the teams, and then do a 12.
Yeah, I thought that was dumb. Like, why are we doing a 12-man tag a week before the pay-per-view cage match? Like, just name the teams. And then if you want to do like a singles match between a couple of people, like, fine. But why are we effectively doing the match without the cage a week before we're going to do the match with the cage?
The only reason that I'm reserving judgment, because I'm in agreement with most people about like, why are we doing this? It's kind of weird, because from a content standpoint and from a storyline standpoint, some stuff that we've kind of questioned, some stuff does play out in a certain way. Maybe they do the 12 on 12 to turn it into an injury angle where some of those team members get taken out in advance, and then Briscoe's at a disadvantage. He's got to find new friends, and maybe that's the Forbidden Door element. I don't know. That's just kind of the first thing that I thought about.
Yeah, that's possible. Like, I understand if reserving judgment of like, well, let it play out type of thing. So I get that. But on initial announcement, it's like, why are we doing this?
Yeah. Again, I think sometimes it brings about the wrong reaction from fans, which, like, again, I saw it and I was like, huh, why? And then I thought, like, oh, okay, this could be trying to play into the story of what's going to happen at Forbidden Door. So yeah, anything's possible. But if it turns out on Wednesday that it's literally just we pick the teams, they do a straight up 12-on-12 and nothing changes, then I'll be like, yeah, no, that was dumb in hindsight. That was just filling time. But I'm willing to give it until Wednesday night, Thursday to really understand or make a full ass comment on it.
We shall see. Well, I'll let it play out if that satisfies everybody.
Hey man, in this day and age, being able to say let it play out and actually give the credence to the company, that means a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
And this is one time where I'm just like, you know what, there's been enough good stuff that they've built the goodwill that I'm willing to let it play out on this story. Because again, even if Mark Briscoe were to win at Forbidden Door, when's the match?
On Dynamite.
I mean, presumably on Dynamite.
Yeah, it's going to be a Dynamite match.
I'm wondering, like, which episode it would be. Would it be like the Dynamite right after Forbidden Door? Oh, that July 4th one, or July 1st one, I guess. Because that's the TNT title.
TNT title? TBS title?
Sorry, TBS, not TNT.
Okay.
The TBS title, the Survival of the Fittest. Or it could be Beach Break. Oh, it's probably Beach Break, July the 8th.
Yeah, Beach Break would make sense.
Yeah. There are no other big ones, unless you do, that's the MGM Music Hall. No, I was going to say Boston. Probably not.
Boston.
Right? Except for that one girl.
Nah, yeah. I think that Beach Break would make some sense.
The MJF wins, you could do that, but it feels like such a letdown in a lot of ways. It makes sense in like getting him heat, but I don't know how you then pivot to the next thing, which presumably is Kenny. Kenny's calling out MJF in promos now, so that is worth paying attention to because he beat Bad Dude Tito on Collision as well.
Yeah, I think that obviously Team MJF could win, but there's going to be more dissension on that side, especially if Kevin Knight's going to be on the team, which seems like he is. Kevin Knight's going to be owed a title shot based on him joining the team, and MJF was like, okay, you'll get a title shot. So I guess Team MJF could win, and then they could do the Kevin Knight match at Beach Break, so you still have the match. Otherwise, you would be doing MJF against Mark, and then MJF against Kevin Knight, which I'm not mad at if they do that. But so Team MJF losing would make sense though, because like there's going to be just more dissension on that team because it's MJF with a bunch of people who like want his title, and Kevin Knight at that point already has his like guaranteed title shot. It's not like he's got to win the match and get the title. Maybe they add that of like, look, you're not getting this unless we win, so I got to find a way to trust you. So then that would get kind of less dissension. If I'm everybody else on this team, like I'm not joining your dumb team unless I get a title shot too. So we shall see how it kind of plays out there, but it would seem like Team Briscoe would win because I think MJF, he doesn't like need the victory against Mark Briscoe, but for story kind of purposes, it would make sense to put a bow on that since Mark beat him in the TNT match, and that was MJF disappearing for a little while before returning. So MJF coming back around to get that victory back would make a lot of sense.
I don't mind the idea in the chat that you have someone who's someone who's on MJF's team getting the win for that team and then going after MJF and being like, you owe me a title shot now because I saved your ass, and therefore MJF just can't win. Andrade being the person that someone had mentioned. Andrade gets the pin. He beats one of the members of Briscoe's team, and he says, I did it. And now I get the title match. I saved your ass. It could do something like that, but you have to turn Andrade at that point and be committed to that babyface.
I mean, he's turned at that point. He's already turned. He's a babyface.
He's still aligned with Don Callis. It's a lot of what happened with Takeshita as well, where it took a long, long time for them to jump out Takeshita, and he was already getting cheered. Now we're doing it with Andrade, and I hope they don't wait nearly as long as they did with Takeshita.
I'm sure.
Am I wrong?
I mean, they waited a while for Takeshita. He was, doing stuff in Japan and everything. So yeah, they kind of let that go a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, what else from? Well, there's a lot on Collision, so I guess since we're kind of talking about it, we can discuss more of it. It was a big night on Thursday into Saturday.
Street fight started in the street
Yeah.
as I let everyone know it was gonna happen. Moxley gets it. I'm just gonna assume this was his call because they did the same thing against Cope, which was good. So Moxley, bless that man.
If it's a street fight, why don't we just start in the street, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, Renee, tell him to start in the street.
He gets it. So bless John Moxley.
I know exactly where to start. We're in the middle of my hometown.
That was a whole lot of fun. Not too surprising that Death Riders ended up winning. I guess that's the end of the feud. Maybe I'll probably do some more stuff with all of that. But that was a really, really fun match though, and the Bucks and the Dogs was really fun, and the women's matches were good. Maybe could have been better, both of them, but what can you do? And yeah, we mentioned Jake Doyle and Speedball. That was really good. And Kevin Knight and Myron Reed was
really good.
Was good.
I really enjoyed that one
as well.
I thought at least the story of the Persephone and Julia Hart match that worked out. I like that. They missed into it because they in storyline they used it as that was the reason why Persephone was out, right? So at least her being able to block the mist was a good idea. Some of that was good. I think Julia looked better than she had in a little while, so that kind of goes a long way, and hopefully her stock rising. But other than that, I mean, yeah, the matches were fine. Sheeta's new finisher is interesting to me because it looked like
Joel wants to say it sucks so bad.
No, I really don't. It's a little convoluted, yes, but I'm trying to figure out because they had it as Zeta Steel like got knocked out, like passed out. Because at the end of it, she's basically limp and either selling really well or she's actually out because maybe she was on the carotid and like got choked out. I don't know. But at one point, like Sheeta's like over her and like slapping her face and the referee's got to grab her. So part of me is like, oh, is this really good selling from Steel or did she kind of knock her ass out? But that's the only side where I was like, oh, I hope not. But yeah.
You can say it sucked if you don't like it, Joel.
I really don't think it sucked. I think it's a little convoluted and I think it's new. So I'm again willing to see if she can get it.
Okay. Yeah. Let her have some
choke. Yeah.
Let her have some time with it. Because I mean, like the first time Mercedes did the moneymaker, or yeah, isn't that what her move is called? The moneymaker. The bank statement is
Sasha Banks one.
Well, that's the submission. The bank statement.
Yes.
The moneymaker is the hook.
Oh, the hook in the yeah. That thing sucks. That sucks.
Yeah, the first time she did that, it wasn't good. But it obviously improved with a lot of time. The statement maker is a submission. I get all this stuff confused. Yeah, that's the name of the finish, right? The hook into the DDT. That's the moneymaker, isn't it?
That's the moneymaker. I thought so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, but otherwise, like the Rascals had their squash, and then they introduced the TNT match, which again we thought was really good. But other than that, I'm trying to think, was there anything else that we're really missing?
It was a good night of wrestling. It was a better wrestling show than Dominion.
I saw bits and pieces. I know what happened, but I know SP3 is going to probably talk more at length about it tomorrow and on True Heel Heat. But we can go into it a little bit because some surprises.
They changed every single title on this show because God forbid we do a single New Japan show that doesn't have every single title change. It wasn't like a bad show or anything. It was a little mundane. It was like, all right, like the first half, there's like nothing to watch in the first half. El Desperado and Mystico was honestly pretty disappointing. I thought that was going to be better. Maybe Mystico was still banged up with a knee injury, and so just couldn't quite go. It was also pretty short. the second half it at least picked up. I mean, I kind of thought the tag team title match was the best match on the show. United Empire and Knockout Brothers, like those guys continue to deliver. Like, Tsuji and Newman wasn't bad. I was expecting it to be a little bit longer, honestly. It just
Newman
kind of
got injured, right?
yeah, allegedly he got hurt, but I don't know if that cut the time or not off of that. I don't know if they changed anything off of that, or because like he still went through the match. Like, it's not like it was a short match or anything. It was about like 25-30 minutes. It's a New Japan main event. I just expect like 40 minutes is the minimum on these things. That's why I expected it to be longer. Kind of surprising with Tsuji winning, considering Newman like just got the title and did like one title defense. I was like, all right, I thought they were gonna let him run with it a little bit, but clearly not. They put the title back on Tsuji, which I'm not mad at. Like, Tsuji's great. He should be the leader of the new era, as he said in the post match promo. It was just shorter than I thought it was gonna be. Yeah, there was nothing that like really stood out to what you typically see from a New Japan show of like, man, you gotta go see this. Like, the Yo and Doki match was kind of disappointing, kind of trash after Yo's run in Best of Super Juniors as well. I like Shota, Andrade, and Trilla. I thought that was good. Getting the title on Shota, they're clearly making him. I think he's gonna be almost like the new Naito. In that,
he wears a T-shirt all the time when he doesn't give a shit. Damn it!
No, they're gonna like they finally gave him this moment, and then they immediately just had him get attacked by Gabe Kidd, and they're like, "Yeah, here's your moment. By the way, you're getting your ass beat after this match." That's my Naito comparison on that. I don't think he's like actually like he didn't have the charisma of Naito.
Gabe Kidd coming back and then announcing for the G1 is quite nice. I mean, it's good to see him back and hopefully ready to go by then.
He would have to be, I would imagine, if they're going to put him in this tournament. That's... I don't know how bad the injury was. I guess it wasn't as bad as it may have seemed because he only missed a few months when it seemed like, oh, he might not be a little while. But come back and like immediately jump into a G1. Like, you better make sure you are good because there ain't no breaks in that tournament. Like, you're wrestling nearly every night and you're wrestling a hard match nearly every night. So I assume he's good for it, but the G1 lineup it's there. There's no like big surprises in there. Gabe was a little bit of a surprise, especially because they did the announcement before he made his return. So I was like, oh, okay, Gabe Kidd is going to be there. They almost telegraphed the return a little bit with that. It's like, well, Gabe, that's not going to be his return. This is Gabe Kidd we're talking about. He's not just going to, his big return is going to be, hey, here's Gabe in the G1 for his first match. He's like, nah, he's gonna do something before then. And it turns out something was beating Shota after Shota won the title. But otherwise, like, there wasn't any, like, Takeshita being there wasn't that big of a surprise. Takeshi's there every month at this point. He won the tournament last year. So, yeah, like, the Takeshita Sonata match was, the Jake Lee match, this guy's got to go.
He's a superstar. What are you talking about, this Jake Lee?
He would be great in NXT, honestly.
Yes. He and Hiromu can team up together.
Yeah, he would. Oh, man. I don't wish that on Hiromu. Oh, man.
How dare you? New House of Torture? Join up with Naraku?
Yeah, they did House of Torture stuff with like Yo and Doki. And like,
yeah.
It doesn't hit without the EVIL out there, but same with Aaron Wolf and Ren Narita. They try to do House of Torture stuff. It's like, get these guys away from it. Aaron Wolf had like so much at Wrestle Kingdom. It's like, man, this dude he's already there because that's the greatness of Evil to carry people to that level. And then since then, it's just been like nothing, absolutely nothing.
One guy hit us with the South Park.
What was the comment? I see you
don't like this country, then you can get out. And I'm like, buddy, I don't live in this fucking country of yours, so
not fair.
Suck my dick. Like, what do you want from my life?
Nah, fair. I mean, how am I getting thumbs up out of this? Like, you can't even.
You just really liked what I did. You gave a smile.
I guess.
There you
Yeah,
go.
look at this.
Oh, amazing.
You can't even see my thumb on the screen because the thing blocks it, but
I
like
think
it
it's 'cause
is
it's
like
your
that.
camera. It's the overlay doesn't matter. It's all the camera.
Oh, I guess that makes sense. But
Yeah, Joel, since you don't live here, get out. I was talking to my wife about that this morning. She's like, we're talking about a family member of ours who might be moving stateside for work. And I was like, oh yeah, that's something we could do, or that's something he could do. And like, my wife has family who are born in other countries, and she's like, I don't know if like those people are going to want to go visit. And I'm like, as a very fair statement, because I know I certainly haven't been wanting to visit the States in any meaningful way until after the midterms to at least get some idea of what's going on. But I ain't going to your country anytime soon. No matter how
that's fair.
No matter how happy New York City is for various reasons, including their mayor who doesn't suck.
Well, that's fair. Not coming here. A lot of people are here because of the World Cup. I'm sure we're treating them all very well.
They've got a World Cup going on down the street too. What a coincidence.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to those games either.
I'd like to go to a World Cup game. I don't support any of the teams except for USA.
Xenophobic over here.
Yeah, I don't like Xeno.
Someone's saying I don't want to be here because I'm ducking Macklin. No,
Facts.
Macklin's going to be up here before you know it, so don't you worry. Oh, hey, speaking of which, we were talking about Canadian Indies and my AEW, and there it is.
No, we weren't.
And on Friday, we were. Let's all pick a U.S. city for Joel to live in. Absolutely not. Maybe after I talk about this. C4 Wrestling is coming to my AEW. It was announced. I did give Jeremy a heads up after Friday's show is exactly what it's going to be. Yes, the mixtapes are going up one by one, full of up-and-coming stars who have been appearing on AEW, some who are signed now to AEW, some of those are there, and also I believe the 2026 shows are going to be uploaded piece by piece to my AEW. So if you go and you check it out, it's free. C4 Wrestling has been around for over 20 years, and honestly, they've called them PWG of the North, and it is absolutely apt. It is a great description of the product that they have. And you know what? I'll give you even something that connects us as a channel to C4. It's that our pal Mike Indeed, who used to have a show on here with Righteous Reg, he has been doing film for them. He's been videoing and editing a lot of their footage and a lot of their shows for the last, I think, 6 months. So Mike's been very involved. I'm going to see Mike actually on Saturday. I'm going to go to the Canadian Deathmatch show at Sneaky D's. He asked me if and I was like, are you sure? And he's like, yeah, man, the coverage would be fun. I'm like, no, it wouldn't, but I got nothing else to do on Saturday. So I'm going to a deathmatch show, Jeremy.
You at a deathmatch show is going to be something else.
I mean, I'm not like, I just thought about it. So how was the deathmatch show? It was fine.
I mean, honestly, describing deathmatch show as like fine isn't the worst term.
Fair.
Because it's like, oh, nobody died, so it was fine. I can't see you at a deathmatch show. That's not a knock on you. Like, I can't see myself at a deathmatch show. Like, I'm just like, this. I've said it before. Like, it's not for me. Like, I can watch if it's one match on a card. Like, okay, that's no big deal, sure. But if it's like the entire card, I'm like, nope, can't do it. Just I can't do it.
I'll be there. Weren't you at the London versus Cecil literal death match? I wasn't. I missed that one. I wish I'd been there. I've seen it, but I wasn't there. Next time though, we'll see what Mystery. Let's see if Mystery wants to give me some more death matches on their card. Maybe in Montreal. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to having C4 on my AEW and y'all doing that. Joel versus Matt Hardy in a Toronto death match. Nope, probably not happening. Probably not. I did have a good. Never mind. I had a good joke to the guys over at C4 when I told them I was going to come to fighting back this year again because it is a worthwhile endeavor and I like being there and I like supporting the cause. Of course, the proceeds from that show raised money for the Canadian Cancer Society, which is near and dear to my heart, given my father he died of cancer. So I told him like I'll be there, and I said, why don't you get the Hardys on the show? That'll really show them. You really want to give someone a conniption. No Hardy party for Joel. That's fine. It will be fine. It will all be okay. We'll all move on with our lives. Eventually.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's next? We talked. You did Dominion. You did, we did Collision. Good wrestling show. It's been on a run of good wrestling shows. I'm doing the Raw post show tonight. I should let everyone know now.
Are you?
Yes, because
Why?
our very own Sean Ross Sapp has been basically in travel hell for the last God knows how long.
Has he? Okay.
Yeah, sure, he'll talk about it more. But yeah, he reached out to me and asked me would I like to do the post show, and I was like, sure, why not? So it'll be fun. We'll start it together. We'll have a nice long conversation about Monday Night Raw, get you settled and ready for next week's Raw, which I think is that the UK one? Yeah,
it's at 2. It's at 2 next week, and it's at 6 in 2 weeks because it's a double taping with Raw and SmackDown.
Fun. So yeah, it'd be fun. I do wish it was next week's Raw because then I could be starting the post show at a reasonable hour. But instead, I will do the regular one, 10:30 p.m. Around there Eastern time. You'll come and hang out with me. Make me feel good.
That sounds terrible. Is it just you?
I mean, I haven't been told of anyone else.
Oh.
I've done solo Raw reviews before.
No, I know. I'm not saying like you can't do it. I'm saying it's just gonna be awful.
Screw you. Also, yeah.
I'm not. I mean, like I'll have Raw on. I don't know. Wrestling is still just bleh to me. I did turn on my PlayStation this week. I did play some PlayStation. I played some GTA 5. I signed up for the PlayStation Plus so I could get all the games and play them. So I played some. Like I've played. It's not like I haven't played GTA 5 before. I played it when it first came out, but it first came out like a decade ago. So I played some GTA 5. I played some while I waited for that to download, which takes a little while. I'm not hopping on the post show. Absolutely not.
You know what I'm tempted to do? I'm tempted to do the Wade Keller game where he drops the post show link and you can go jump in on his post show. And I was tempted to do that.
I dare you to do that.
I don't trust that at all. I don't trust that at all.
I dare you to do that.
No, at least the people who show it on Wade's show are usually the usual cast of characters. So he's usually pretty knowing of that. But I don't think I'll be doing that with our post show. No, I can do that with our shows, but not this one.
Yeah, no, I'm not getting on the post show. I have no desire to do that. It's just too late. Not that I'm like not awake for it, but nah. But anyway, I was playing GTA 5 and I was I heard noise outside. And while I was waiting for it to download, I was playing UFC 4, which UFC 6 is coming out. UFC actually does video games right. Not that they're like the greatest games in the world, but they only release like every 3 years instead of every year like most sports games. So they're a lot easier to consume. I was playing that while I was waiting for GTA 5 to download, but I did turn on my PlayStation for the first time since January this past weekend. So I was very proud of myself, and now I'm going to keep playing GTA and then jump over to like Red Dead after I play GTA. Yeah, GTA is like multiple games now because I know they did like a bunch of like online stuff that people do. I just want to play through like the story mode, like the basic kind of stuff in there. That's all I really care to do. I caused a riot at the strip club. That was fun, went to the strip club and started fighting the bouncer and everything. Got kicked out. That's what I did all weekend.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for
I
you.
watched, this is an update for people. I'm on the last season of Barry. No spoilers. You guys are very good about not giving me spoilers. This show gets more and more insane in like the best ways. But it's really good. I'm looking forward to the last season. I think someone in our chat said the last season's kind of divisive, so I guess I'll see kind of how it plays out. I've only watched the first episode of the last season so far. I didn't get a chance to watch as much as I would have liked because Dominion kind of threw off my schedule this weekend. But I am on the last season. I'll hopefully have the last season finished by the end of the week.
I have some good news, Jeremy. I know you saw it. You mentioned Josh Bishop being on the show.
Yeah.
Well, MLW also announced that Slaughterhouse, fueled by Don Gato Tequila, will be at the world famous 2300 Arena. This is going to be on Saturday, October the 3rd. Now, why is this important? It's because I get to revisit, hopefully with Court on our show, the annual.
Oh, the Laughter House.
Yes, we need.
Have we asked Court about this?
No, and that's why
Okay.
now that Slaughterhouse has been announced, next time Court is on the show, whether I'm on it or not, I'm going to pop into that interview to ask that very special writing question. Or if he's on the interview, even better, then I'll be there.
Okay.
But, yeah, I'm going to ask him if we can do a 2-night special, and instead of Fusion, no, we do Laughter House. You know who would be perfect for that? You'll be perfect for that. Is Filthy Tom doing
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Get Mystico up there doing 20 minutes. Think you can do a 20-minute laughter set?
Maybe Paul Walter Hauser can go up there and bury Roman Reigns.
Why not? He likes to bury people. That would be great. See, I'm trying to build MLW as an entertainment franchise as well. Laughter House could make millions for this company. Millions. You don't have to sue WWE to get there. You can make millions on the talent that you have doing funny things. Killer Cross. Oh, could you imagine a magic show with Killer Cross?
Does he do magic?
What? Who cares? He can have his assistants right next to him. So beautiful woman with him who's very smart and knows what to do. And they could absolutely put on the best magic show or illusion show. He looks, the long hair. He looks like he could be an illusionist. Give him 30 minutes, see how he goes. Come on.
This seems
perfect. Thank you.
You just capping Killer Cross as a magician and Scarlett as his assistant, I guess.
I see nothing wrong with this. Do you?
I guess it's a gimmick. Maybe WWE will, bring him back.
See,
at that point.
I'm trying to get this man another job.
I had a tweet. It didn't blow up or anything, but it got liked by some interesting figures.
Oh dear.
About no one said Joe Hendry's name in a month.
I saw this.
Yeah. I know, I just noticed it. I don't even know why. I don't even know what I was doing or anything. I think it was something to do. It was actually the Knicks. It was after they won the title, and I was writing about Danhausen. And I was like, oh, remember when Joe Hendry, they had his face. Somebody had one of those cutouts of his face. It was at the Panthers and Oilers game, the Cup final a couple years ago, maybe even last year. And I wrote the story of oh, Joe Hendry helps the Panthers win the Cup, and he responded to that, and it was a thing. And nothing bad. It was just a thing. And then so I think that's why I thought of Joe Hendry, and I was like, man, no one has said his name apparently in a month, because it just made me realize that he has not been on TV in a month. And I was like, oh, all right, I guess that's done with. I guess when you make your whole bit fire Logan Paul, and then Logan Paul gets hurt, and you have nothing else you can do.
Jeremy, I don't know if you know this, and it's very important that people.
Oh my gosh, shut up.
There's a time for concerts, and there's a time for fire Logan Paul chants. And now you can't get either of them, so here we are. Listen, I like Joe Hendry. I just think that Joe Hendry was kneecapped all the way. So what are you going to do with the man who doesn't have a plan, or for someone who doesn't have a plan for this man? You bench him.
Brian Kendrick.
Well, we don't really talk about him. He's a piece of shit that he is. But instead, you've also got the guy that everyone compared him to when the other meme wrestler show. Remember when they were both finding success, and then Joe Hendry posted the tweet that of him and Danhausen together and said, just a couple of meme wrestlers, and everyone's like, ho, 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 ho. And where are we now? Several months later. Who's the meme wrestler now? The one with the Knicks title, the Hurricanes title, Shall we keep going? The man who's going to have the longest lineup at Fanatics Fest. Come on. He is. You can announce CM Punk till the cows come home. You can announce OTC1 till it does not matter. The man who brought the Knicks a friggin' championship, that's the guy that people are going to gravitate towards.
It is amazing.
It's true.
Joe Hendry, we've talked about him plenty on the show. I think our thoughts on him are fairly clear. He is what he is he Dame, as far as where he's capped at. And that's not bad or anything, because Danhausen is the same thing. He's capped at a certain spot, but it's not bad because you can make a lot of money doing these things. It is amazing how Danhausen has turned this curse thing into really something. It kind of goes to show the levels of memeness and comedy in this. What are you putting out there?
The Amazing Red
Joel.
is announcement is official.
Shut up, Joel.
Well, too bad. There you go.
So it is amazing, like, yeah, the levels of like memeness and funny on this kind of stuff where oh my gosh, hold on, sorry.
Yeah, I get it.
The level of memeness and funniness, because Hendry can like do his shtick, but so much of it is based on the parody songs, right? Like, what do you remember of Joe Hendry that isn't a parody song? Or, you know, popping out of like cabinets and fridges and stuff. But you can't do that bit like everywhere. You know, it gets kind of whatever after a while, because it's like, all right, you've already popped out of there. And you obviously can't. I mean, I guess you could show up to all these events and like, oh, he has appeared here, but they just don't care. Like, after that, like, it's not that he's like a bad talker or anything, but most of his charisma on the mic or his charm on the mic is a parody song. And you can't do a parody song on ESPN. I mean, you can, but they don't. They're not.
You absolutely can.
Yeah, but they ain't doing that though. Like, they just.
It would be so easy at the beginning, but also like there's nothing, there's no added value to it, right? He comes in, he does the song, he's not going to show up again. Like, Danhausen is a fully flat, like full.
That's what I'm saying.
Character, right? No, and that's the problem. Like, that's what I agree with you there. You can have him and do the appearance and do the song, and then maybe use it as like throws to break. But after that, what do you got?
That's what I'm saying. Like, you can do the song, but like you got to hope that like really catches. And like the Fire Logan Paul thing got caught. Like, it was working. Again, the problem is now Logan Paul's off TV, so you got to come up with something else, because you can't fire the guy who. I mean, you can fire the guy who's injured, but that doesn't look great. I mean, it didn't look great when they were doing it a week after releases, but whatever. But Danhausen, it's completely different in that he's got like the human monies stuff. It's like, pay me to do this. He's got like his list of demands, and he wants like the blimp and his face and the statue and all this stuff. And he's got the cursing, and like you can do the cursing with like anything. Like, he's got, this is the levels I was talking about. Like, he's got the levels, and I'm sure people have done or have heard the interview. Maybe they haven't, but with Danhausen, where he's not in character with Conan, and he talks about how like it's based on like this evil galactic version of Conan O'Brien, and like it sounds very stupid when you listen to it like that, but it's like, well, Conan's got levels and layers. That's why Conan was successful for so long, and now if he's just gonna like be Conan but a different version of that, like you can kind of see how it works. Look, credit to that man for making something out of all of this, honestly, because this isn't even like, oh, he was dead on arrival at Elimination Chamber, because we sat up here after Elimination Chamber and we're like, he's going to do great in WWE. Like, he is still so WWE. Like, all right, yeah, the debut was what it was, Izzy Dame, and it didn't go over super hot with the crowd, but like, I'm not worried about Danhausen. I didn't expect it to be this, though. I thought, like, yeah, he'll do his backstage segments, he'll have fun and everything. But like the fact that it is turned into, this man is on ESPN, like not even before all the Knicks stuff, like they were putting him on ESPN, like doing like SportsCenter top 10 and everything. Like, this is stuff that Joe Hendry should probably be doing, honestly, but he doesn't quite have that national media charm that Danhausen has.
Yeah, because the one time I asked him about TV tapings, he got all flustered with me. I don't want to. This isn't targeted at Joe. This is more targeted at any wrestler who's like
Target Joe. It's funny.
Yeah, well, Danhausen is he's so interesting because there are so many people. Like he's seen by some as a joke. He's seen by some as, funny, no money, but also he should be seen by others as a layered character that actually has something to offer beyond the wrestling, which he can do. He can wrestle. He knows the moves. That's fine. He's done that for a long time.
Getting perfect in WWE wrestling too.
Yeah, like he's the kind of guy that you need to listen to when he speaks at a seminar or an event. I know that he did something at Bailey's Lodestone in Vegas, and a lot of people just want to dismiss this guy. And there is nothing to dismiss when this man is literally on the largest sports platform in the world. Granted, WWE does have a partnership with them, but like 1 + 1 does not have to equal 2 in this case. He's in the right place, right time. There is luck that goes into it, and he'll tell you that himself. But he is playing the role perfectly that he's been practicing for the last 5 to 10 years. He has been this character. He has been this guy. He has lived Danhausen in and out through the pandemic when he was just everything he could do was Danhausen, and it was absolutely blowing up. Got himself a spot in AEW, got himself opportunities in AEW because of that, because people wanted him there. They gave him a shot, and he did well. He didn't fit there because it was a different presentation and a different expectation, and then he found a spot, and he found a key to his character that absolutely got him to the place where he's at now. I saw, the think pieces being like, AEW fumbled Danhausen. It's like, no, SB3 and I talked about this. They didn't fumble Danhausen. His presentation of wrestling is just incredibly different from that of AEW. And I think if AEW wanted to be more flexible with their presentation, then they could have done more with Danhausen. I don't think that means fault. I just think they had their steadfast way of presenting wrestling, and Danhausen didn't fit. The AEW musical that's being referenced in the chat, by the way, is the same Last Dance or Last Match that's been around for years. But yeah, they're doing that in the UK.
Okay.
Yeah, they're bringing the Last Match Pro Wrestling Rock Experience. It's the same one that they've been doing for like 3 years now. Not AEW specifically. They're just bringing in the show. But yeah, it's a fun show. I'm not going to say it's a bad show. It's actually quite interesting. One of the people in that actually works for the company, so it makes sense.
Matt Cardona was part of that for a while. I'm assuming he's not part of it now. But
I don't think he's part of it now.
I would imagine he's not. But
you know who is? Big AEW signing Tatovec.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, she's been a part of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know I said Big AEW. It's more of a joke about our select article where we mentioned
Yeah.
She's fine. We have an interview up with her. She actually we had a very fun chat a couple of months ago. So check that out. Yeah, I don't think it was a question of fumble. I think it was a question of presentation. And Danhausen, again, right place, right time, and a lot of things went right. There was so much luck on this man's side that got him to this point.
Yeah, you can't predict like the Knicks winning a title.
No, not at all.
That's just something like, wow.
Especially at like the beginning of this the playoffs and like how everything was going, it was over for the Knicks, and then all of a sudden you couldn't have written a better story for this guy, for Danhausen and the Knicks.
I don't think the Knicks were ever like going to lose to the Hawks, even though they were down 2-1 in the series. And I don't think anybody was like, "Well, they're screwed against the Hawks." Like, but the Pistons proved to be a tough matchup for them all regular season. They lucked out into not having to play the Pistons. The Celtics, everyone was like, "Oh, what's going to happen there?" They lucked out in not having to play the Celtics. The Spurs, though, the Spurs were going to be a tough matchup, and they ended up beating them in 5. And the only game they lost was because Trump was in attendance, so he's the blame for that.
It's like a nap, it's just
not Danhausen. I love that the Knicks, after they had Trump for game 3 and they lost that, they're like, we're bringing in Taylor Swift. We got to bring in the big gun here to win game 4. And sure enough, the greatest comeback in finals history happened in that game. So you can't predict like the Knicks winning a championship. That's why I had the tweet over the weekend. Like, you got to prove this in a fluke. Uncurse the Leafs. If the Leafs can win a title because of a Danhausen uncurse,
no, never. No thanks.
He's really made at that point.
Put it away. It's not happening.
Really made. Nope.
The Shanna plan is over. Danhausen was never a part of the Shanna plan. It's not happening. Go away.
Could you imagine if like he uncursed the Leafs and they actually won the championship?
I mean, they have a relationship with MLSE, so I'm sure MLSE will try to pull something, especially if, WWE goes back. Oh, they're going to be back in August, just before the season starts. So
there you go.
I don't want to see the Leafs win anything either, Ryan. I get it. I don't want this at all.
I do love because like he uncursed the Hurricanes and cursed the Knights after the game, and he's like, Danhausen is getting so many requests. Like, I don't know who's cursed and uncursed. Like, I may have stretched myself too thin with the cursing. So if the curse doesn't work, don't blame Danhausen at this point. I was like, yeah, that's gonna be his whole
downfall.
That's gonna be his whole like thing. It's just he's never gonna lose, but he's never gonna win because it's like, wait, didn't you curse this team? But yes, but this team was also cursed. So
I'm very excited for him to have like a crisis of conscience. He's gonna have a mental breakdown on the air trying to figure out who he cursed and who he didn't curse. Okay, I take off these curse, but I didn't have these curse, and then he just freezes and just falls to the floor in the fetal position.
He's gonna get so many during like the seasons, during like the NFL season, maybe even from the
probably already has it
MLB season as it continues on. Like they're gonna put him up on like the jumbotron, and it's like, oh, the Rangers are down 2 in the 9th. The Orioles are cursed, and then the Rangers come back to win, or they lose, and it's like, oh, the curse didn't work. Thing. So he's gonna be he's gonna be on all the sports jumbotrons this season, like cursing the away team during the games. It's going to be amazing.
His cameo is $350 Canadian. So that's probably
he's got to raise that price.
He's probably going to. There's only 30 left for this batch, and I'm sure they're going to go up again. And that's the singular. If you want to do a business one, I'm sure it's much more expensive because they do them differently. Yeah, personal video is $350. I'm sure if you want a business video, it's got to be so much more example.
How much do you think he could like reasonably charge and still make a good amount of money on this?
So this is the thing. This is why the business money is going to be so much different. Because if you're charging $1,500 for a business cameo, you're going to get it because they know that this is a cash cow right now, and it's it'll drive engagement. They'll make the money back. Blah blah blah. For the personals, yeah, Mikey be saying 500, and I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of around 500.
I think 500.
Yeah, and that's to me like I'm not the buyer of the cameos. I'm not the one who's gonna be doing it, but he's found something. If you guys want to put together $350 and do this, they're already buzzed. They're already cursed. It's fine. If you want to really put it to them, you could do it. That's a lot of money though. So
yeah,
I'm not telling you guys to do it, but if somebody wants to do something where you pool the money, or maybe someone has the money lying around, if you want to do it, I would be incredibly appreciative, but it is not expected. It would be hilarious.
Should we run a
campaign?
A campaign.
GoFundMe.
We're not gonna set up a GoFundMe, but for a week, let's curse Busted Open this week. And so all week we just promote of hey, we need to raise $350 on the show this week, and we will send that money to Danhausen to curse Busted Open. That's what all super chat donations are gonna go through. If we can hit that, and then that's what we'll do, and we'll spend that money to curse Busted Open.
Country's already poor. We don't need to add to the deficit.
I mean, fair. Looks, you should all be spending your money on something else and not trying to help us curse Busted Open. But I'm just saying that we could possibly run this. Yeah, Brian Alvarez.
That was $30.
Yeah, we definitely got Danhausen money around here. We don't even have Alvarez money.
Tell you what, if my channel that I'm working on, if that takes off and we raise thousands of dollars on that channel, I will put some towards the Danhausen cameo.
I'm gonna. This has nothing to do with the Danhausen thing because I'm not using this potential money to curse Danhausen. I've been thinking a lot about the 24-hour charity stream show.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna do it in July. I don't have an exact date. I think we talked about the Thursday to Friday is the best time to do it. And I think that's when it's going to happen. It's going to be Thursday, I think starting at 5, 5 on Thursday to 5 on Friday, I think is going to be the best time because that'll be Spotlight and an episode of In the Weeds for both of them. And
I can put my post show on overbooked that night.
Yeah, that could also work. That the TNA stream will be on there. So yeah, I think Thursday to Friday is the best option there. again, I don't have a date yet, but I am thinking of July. I gotta talk with my wife because she's unfortunately. I'm just sitting here talking to you dorks for 24 hours. No offense, I love you all. She is gonna have to. She already runs the household because she does everything. She's amazing, but it's going to be even more for this time period because I will be completely out of things. So I'm gonna figure it out though. But I am thinking July, so potentially in a month or less, we are gonna do this. Once I figure out an exact date, I will let everybody know. I will 100% do this.
Yeah.
By the way,
yeah.
Please give me like various ideas. I have a few people who have already been like, I'm there. I'll be there for you. So once the date, it might not line up. So yeah, that might not happen on obviously if that's gonna happen. But yeah, I've got a few people who I've already said they'll show up for it. So yeah, if SB3's in London hanging up with the Graveyard Shift, those are the hours that I'm worried about. I'm like, what the hell am I gonna talk about from like 3 to 6? Like I'm just gonna sit here and play like 82-0 in Clash of Territories the entire time. Like, all right, guys,
play video games, just load up Steam and have fun.
Yeah. That's what it's gonna be.
That's gonna be hell. Anyway, we'll get to that. A couple super chats. C Delgado saying, "Can Danhausen curse the Dodgers? Can he? Yes. Will he? You got to pay for it, pal.
Yeah.
You got to pay a lot of good money for that one." And Ryan Lambert sent a super chat saying, "R.I.P. to Jordan Saint. He passed away way too young." Yes, 22 years old. Pandemonium Pro Wrestling put out a statement yesterday in the evening that he unexpectedly passed away from. He was in a car accident, and every single tribute that's poured in for Jordan Saint, they called him, no pun intended, a saint of a human being, someone who was very willing to learn, someone who had a lot of energy, was very anxious to be in the wrestling game and to do the good work that he did. A lot of people were going out of their way to mention their interactions with Jordan, and he clearly had an effect in such a short time, especially in wrestling with the people that he interacted with. So yeah, we send our love and our condolences to the family of Jordan Saint. Never want to hear news like that, especially as we keep hearing, unfortunately, about people passing away way too young these days.
He was only 23, right?
Yeah, 22, 23. He was young, man.
Yeah. You never want to. Yeah, that sucks. I saw that news this weekend. I was like, man, I didn't know Jordan or anything. I wasn't super familiar with him, but still 23. That sucks.
Yeah, it does. All right, chat 23. You got it. Okay, chill out. But yes, going back to the 24-hour stream. Are there any double booked wrestling days in July?
Yeah, well, it's a Thursday, so
yeah,
it's not. Yeah, I don't think that there's not too many like shows on Thursday. Is TNA doing a live show in July? Do they have a live taping?
I think actually that might. No, early in the month it is. I got to pull up their events calendar.
Okay.
Because they nothing is officially announced as live because they've got a lot of weird stuff going on. The Thursday the 2nd might be live because they're taping on a Wednesday, Thursday in Albany. But I don't know. So this is why I asked Joe Henry about taping things out of order and trying to do a live show when you already have stuff in the can.
Well, that was a terrible question, Joel.
Clearly, because I don't have the answer to what their Thursday, July 2nd show will be a live episode of Impact because they're taping the Wednesday, July 1st episode. So I'm assuming it's not, and I don't know when the next live is because here we go, live July 30th. So they explain it here. When it says they're live. So that Thursday, July 2nd is not a live episode, but Thursday, July the 30th, that will be a live episode.
Thursday, July 30th.
Thursday, July 30th, and then Thursday, August 27th. That's the Brampton episode. And they're in Toronto. I don't know.
When's Redemption?
Redemption is the 27th, the weekend of the 27th.
Okay.
Sorry, 27th is so it's the 26th. Is Redemption.
Okay, what does WWE have going on in July?
Nothing.
They have Saturday Night's main event. Saturday Night's main event?
The 18th, I believe.
The 18th.
Yeah, let me pull it up real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, the 18th.
I'm just trying to. I love how we're troubleshooting this on air.
Yep.
Hmm.
Because they don't have another. Oh, there's the Saturday is the AAA show, the Verona de Escandalo.
Saturday what?
The 25th.
Okay. Is there anything the 16th, 17th?
No, just
Can
SmackDown.
anybody think of anything? Because the 16th, because the 17th, I'm going to bed at 5 o'clock on Friday, and I'm sleeping the majority of Saturday too. So, just looking at my calendar here. Anybody, somebody tell me if there's anything 16th, 17th.
Boston Collision, that's a Thursday, but it's going to be a tape.
That's fine. Good. I can just do spoilers on air.
Exactly. Yeah, no, that Collision should be. That Collision should be live or taped on the Thursday, air on the Saturday, because in Nashville on the 22nd they're going to run a 3-hour, maybe even 4 Collision, because they've got.
Even if it's live, that's fine. Like, I'm not concerned about that. Like, we can watch this show on air. That's even better, honestly.
I don't think it's going to be live.
Okay. I'm just saying, like, I'm less worried about like what's running like Thursday night, because nothing runs Thursday night, and more worried about like what does that weekend look like, because I'm going to be out of commission basically all of Saturday, and then I really don't want to have to get up on Sunday and have to do a bunch of work. That's why I didn't want to do it on like, I just did a 24-hour stream Thursday to Friday, and now I got to cover a AEW pay-per-view on Sunday night. So that's why I was like, all right, it might be the 16th or 17th.
It's entirely possible that you're getting a 3-hour show, because they have a pay-per-view, but it's on the Sunday. So I don't know for sure, because the pay-per-view is on the Sunday night on July 26th. The Nashville show, if you're going to Nashville, it is a Dynamite and Collision. So whether or not that's their taping Collision right away, or if they're going to air all together, that remains to be seen. I'll put it like this. If you look on the calendar, they've got the Detroit shows on July 29th and 30th as 2 separate days, but Dynamite and Collision on the same banner. So that's one day of one day of the other. So I don't know what's going on there. It's just, the Nashville show might be both.
Yeah. All right. It's really looking like July 16th and 17th. I've confirmed with my wife that we have nothing going on that day. And now this gives her a month of a heads up to make sure we keep our schedule as clean as possible for that day. Obviously, things can change, and if something changes, I'll have to make different arrangements, but it's looking like July 16th and 17th we're going to do this. Now I got to figure out which charity all this money is going to go to and what the hell we're actually going to do on this stream.
Fair. Dyna Collusion. That's right. Dyna Collusion was last night on the White House lawn.
Ryan, I will take anything you got on there, honestly. That weekend is the World Cup final, so that'd actually be fun if that's the final. That means I'm probably gonna miss it because I'll be sleeping, but that's fine. That'll be fun to talk about. All right, I don't think we're gonna super lack for stuff to talk about. We do this show every day, and we randomly find things to talk about. 24 hours is different than 2 hours, but we can make that happen. I'm not super concerned.
Sean jumping into break news in the middle of our 24-hour live stream.
Yeah. It's more of just like, it's a 24-hour stream. Like there's a lot going on there.
Yep.
It's a long time.
I know. Well, we'll figure it out. We should probably get into some SmackDown talk.
Who cares?
SmackDown was on Friday.
Allegedly. I was watching the World Cup.
Pardon?
I was watching the World Cup game.
Wow. Fake fans.
Actually, wrestling? Yes.
Bob's got a good idea. He can work with C4 for their fundraiser. That's the Canadian Cancer Society. I would love to be giving the money to Canadian Cancer Society. You all would have to be okay with that as well, because it's Canadian. We're an international brand technically.
Yeah, I'd like to do something here in America.
Cancer Society.
But I'm not mad at that. idea. Isn't there fighting back event? Isn't it typically like in July, or am I just making that
No,
up?
it's in August. But
Okay.
Uno's doing something at the end of June. They're doing the Infinite Rumble.
Okay. All right. Maybe. Like I'm not.
ACLU is another good one.
Okay. And throw out some ideas, and if they have like a wrestling tie-in as far as like an organization, that is one thing like I do respect about C4 is like they do that kind of stuff. I don't know how many indies are like doing that kind of stuff because I would like to work with like an independent promotion on this. I'm cool with that. I think it would be obviously that benefits everybody if we do that. So I'm not mad if we donate to Canadian Cancer Society. Honestly, like it's all charity, right? You know.
Yeah.
We've donated to Nami before. Jules actually, when she won the ITW Rumble a couple years ago, she asked to send the money to Nami. So, yeah, I'm not mad at like sending it to Nami or anything like that. We'll figure something out.
We will. That's funny. I thought we got a photo from the daycare, but it turns out they just haven't deleted last week's photos. My wife was like, "Where? Oh, whoops. Is he not wearing this shirt today?" Anyway, yeah, there you go. He's in a big different shirt. Whoopsie. Anyway, SmackDown. We'll talk and we'll figure out what we're gonna do. Vala, go back like 20 minutes in the show. The AEW theater show is not actually AEW putting on a theater show. They're sponsoring a show that already exists. Where should we start with? I mean, I guess the first thing, I'm sorry for Draws Walker. You did not get the stipulation right.
Oh man, the stipulation sucks.
It was the one that was seemingly the most obvious, the most story related for the larger story. Sami Zayn is going to be the special guest referee next week for Cody versus Gunther for the world title, for the WWE title. I won't say it's fine. I mean, I do appreciate that at least it pushes forward the Sami Zayn stuff. There's a world where I think Sami tries to be the good guy, ends up screwing Cody out of it, and Gunther's the new world champion. You know, easy as that. And that way, you know, Cody doesn't look like he lost fairly, and they can run it back even at Saturday night's main event or something. I wouldn't be surprised if they do a title change.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they do a title change either. Cody loves losing on SmackDown to win at the bigger event. I think the stipulation sucks because I think it doesn't actually fit Gunther. Why is he trusting of Sami Zayn after just a few weeks of Sami Zayn being like this? Like, he has a long history with Sami Zayn as well. And it feels like they're just completely ignoring all of that because it's like, well, he's beefing with Cody right now. Sure, I'll trust this guy. It just doesn't feel like it fits with Gunther's character.
They're best pals because Sami saw the light. He's a bad guy.
I don't like it. When I saw that, I was like, Gunther picking a special guest referee for it to be Sami Zayn. What's up with this company and like how incompetent the referees are? Because everybody's beefing. Drew was beefing with refs for the longest time, of all the refs screwing. Becky's beefing with Jessica Carr, screwing over. Now Gunther's beefing with the refs. Like, you guys got to get new refs at this point because all your top people are like, the referees suck. And I guess this is, part of the Triple H playbook at this point is like, hey.
He had a full-on feud with Earl Hebner. So.
Yeah, when in doubt, just call the referee incompetent out here. It just feels like a lame stipulation.
Yeah, Cody Rhodes knows a little bit about the fucking on me stories.
Yeah.
So everything old is new again. Ryan's pointing out, like, why doesn't Kaiser help him? Well, Kaiser's dead, you see. He wears a mask. He's in witness protection. He's not allowed back in the States. It's a whole long story. Just don't threaten people in elevators. Okay, that's what you should know. But when it comes to the Sami story, I agree that it's not great. I don't mind that, it's in service of the three men in the story. I also expected Gunther to make a match stipulation because he should want to make sure that no way can he get screwed out of losing this match again. That's why everyone was like, oh, you do pure rules without doing pure rules. Like you do no ring ropes or whatever, like falls kind of whatever story it would have been. The story was my foot was under the rope and the referee didn't see it. Then you can turn around and say, well, the referee's incompetent, so we're playing the referee's incompetent story. So we're going to bring in Sammy. But like Bianca Belair was the best guest referee ever because she's like, I don't know how to do this shit. And that was the best thing because she at least understood the assignment of being a wrestler and not a referee. So she was bad at it until she kind of figured it out in the middle of the match. Sammy's not going to be that way. Sammy's going to be the guest referee who's playing it for himself because Sammy's not going to play up the I'm not a referee. You know, he's been a referee before. They either do a messy finish and it turns into a 3-way, or Gunther wins and now Sammy and Gunther are going at it, or Sammy and Cody are going at it for number one contendership to go after Gunther. And basically, is this a long story arc to get Sammy back around by Mania? You know, is this still, I know you're muted and I know you're upset.
Sorry.
So let me
Sammy's not winning the title.
Well, again, is this a big story to go around and do this, or does it go nowhere as we typically see? And like, we're going to be back to square one with Sammy again by Royal Rumble time.
I have no hope that Sammy's actually winning the title. Nobody should talk themselves into this and believe it's going to happen. And you know why? Watch the main event of this show, and to see that. Don't get your hopes up on this because there's always an Uso lurking, and they're going to win.
I get it. That's elsewhere on the card. We'll talk about in a few minutes. But as of right now, what do you think happens next week with Gunther and Cody? Is it a new champion, or do they do a messy finish that does nothing?
It'd be hilarious if they just did a DQ finish. All of this just to do a DQ finish.
There's no title match at Night of Champions right now.
Yeah. I think Gunther's going to win, and then Cody's just going to win it back either at Saturday night's main event because that's at MSG or Night of Champions. So I do think Gunther's going to win next week, though.
That Night of Champions card is turning into the most like, okay, fine type of card.
That's every WWE show at this point.
No, but like there's no world title match. Like you've got.
Yeah, they'll do a world title. Cody will be on the show because he's on like the poster and everything. I imagine Cody will face Gunther in a rematch of whether Cody's the champion or Gunther's the champion. I think Gunther will be the champion, and they'll do the rematch.
They might just do a triple threat, honestly.
I think Cody's gonna win the title back at MSG.
Yeah,
that's
give him that moment.
Yeah, that's my prediction.
And then what happens at SummerSlam with Cody?
I guess Punk. I don't know.
Cody and Oba. If Oba wins
if Oba wins King of the Ring, I mean, if Oba's winning that match, then sure.
And you just gave the title back to Cody going into SummerSlam.
So well, he'd lose the title at SummerSlam.
I know, but you just gave it back to him like 2 weeks earlier at Madison Square Garden, and he just lost it, a month before that.
So Cody is Triple H. He's gonna have like 13 reigns with this title. And,
okay, hear it. I'm not against. I'm just pointing out what the lineage would be or what it would look like.
Right. Roman has the long reigns. Cody has all of the reigns. That's how it goes.
What about Orton?
He's out. I'm not thinking about Randy Orton.
Well, if he's being factored into SummerSlam plans, as WrestleVotes had reported on our Fightful Select service.
Okay. Well, we
go back to Cody and Randall.
No, I think that. I mean, maybe they do Cody and Randy at SummerSlam. I don't know why. Because they're doing Roman and Jey at SummerSlam. Jay's winning this King of the Ring tournament.
Could you imagine?
I hope it happens. I'm over all of this stuff. It's hilarious to me at this point that they had Jey Uso win this match. And everyone's like, oh, they're doing something. Oh, is LA Knight finally going to get it? Nah. We're just having Jey win. Just have Jey win the King of the Ring. Jey beats Javon and then Oba. The outrage over that. I'm honestly for it as a chaos. Like, who cares?
Yeah,
I got no hope in them like doing anything with Javon and Oba. I think it'd be very funny if Roman is just like, I'm facing Jey. at SummerSlam. Figured out, and like Triple H just backs down from that. Like, all right, I guess he's facing Jey. I guess Jey's got to win these matches now. That's just funny to me, though.
So Jey Uso won the main event, which is the King of the Ring opening round match, fatal four-way. He beats LA Knight, yeah. Finn Balor, Irish accent. Royce Keys, all right. And Jey Yeet wins. And he has help from everyone in the bloodline. They set that up. That was the other thing, too, was like they did set up a bunch of stuff in service of the Roman story with Jacob Fatu and with Solo Sikoa.
That was dumb as hell.
They were doing stuff throughout the show that was like, okay, now we're trying to bring Solo back into it, but it's Jacob Fatu being the guy. And Royce Keys is tangentially like part of it because he's got the relationship with both Jacob and Solo. So it's like they're trying to make something out of this. And again, it all culminates with Jey Uso firing his warning shot bow and winning his match and going on to face Javon Evans.
It made no sense unless Jacob's like acting on his own, which maybe he is. But yeah, Jacob,
my idea was always that he's trying to bring him down from the inside to get his rematch again against Roman. That was always my feeling with Jacob.
It made no sense for Jacob to go up to Solo and be like, Roman wants you back in. I was like, Roman doesn't want this man back in. That's not true at all. There's no way Roman's like, yeah, Solo, come home. Roman's like, Solo is useless as hell. I don't want him at all. Nah, what we need, here's what we actually need, folks. We need Jey winning King of the Ring again. We need him beating Javon, beating Oba, but not facing Roman, facing Cody, and he beats Cody. And we got Roman and Jey as the two world champions. That's it right there. We got the Usos just running both these brands.
Let's go
out here. Who's gonna take them down? And they're baby faces for some reason.
This is the other thing too. You have Gunther win the WWE title. Ray wins King of the Ring, and Roman's like, "You gotta beat Gunther. You beat him before." And then we do Gunther versus Jey Uso again, and it's at SummerSlam for the WWE title because Roman just gaslit his cousin into doing the thing. Not going after him.
People would be so mad if. They'd be madder if he beat Gunther than if he beat Cody, honestly.
It's the opening night match for SummerSlam. It's Gunther versus Jey Uso.
No, make it night one main event.
You really want to see the world burn. But no, Brock's retirement is going to be the finale. It's going to be it. Whatever it is, that's the night one main event. As much as Brock Lesnar will protest and be like, I don't want to stay up past 8 p.m. on a Sunday night. And they'll be like, well, it's Saturday. They're like, oh, okay, I'll tell Rena. But like instead, it's going to be That's the main event night one, whether you like it or lump it. Unfortunately, it's probably going to be that Brock Lesnar final match. And night two is going to be absolutely the Roman Reigns match, whatever it is. Cody's just cast aside on an island all by his lunch.
That's fine.
He'll be fine.
Jimmy wins the Intercontinental title. He pins Penta.
Jimmy?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I got to get all the titles on the Usos out here.
True. You do.
Jacob wins the U.S. title.
Bless.
He beats Trick. They don't care about the tag titles. Who could possibly care about them?
Well, with the MFTs, they might be winning the tag titles.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, the Tongan family.
We were watching SmackDown on Friday. I did watch the show, everybody.
Wow.
But we were watching SmackDown on Friday, and they announced that match, the Solo and the Sikoas against Damian Priest and R-Truth, and my wife just goes like, who are the tag champs on Raw? And it literally took me like 10 minutes to remember who they were.
Well, one of them is your favorite wrestler in the world.
I finally remembered who it was, but it took me forever. Like my brain was like broken of like, shit, who are the tag champs on
they're in
Raw?
TNA.
I don't remember who they are. I finally got it, but I have no idea.
Well, in a couple of weeks, it's going to be Seth Rollins and Montez Ford.
Sure, why not?
From one
maybe tonight. Who knows?
Tag team to another.
Who knows? Maybe tonight.
Maybe it's time, baby. It's time. Anyway, right now the only matches announced for Night of Champions, which is in 2 weeks, are the King of the Ring final, the Queen of the Ring final, which are again TBD because we haven't finished that, and the Trick, Mello, and Saints 3-way, which I'm looking forward to that. That will be fun. But sorry, Mello or Saints, which could very well be.
I was about to say.
Sorry, it's not a 3-way. The 3-way is the Cody match eventually.
Yeah, it's gonna be. We got to do
or Saints.
Trick or Carmelo and Ricky once again, because they got no other ideas out here. Hooray!
Where else? There was the tag title match, the women's tag titles.
This was actually good, like for women's tag team WWE standards. This was the best match, like legitimately. Paige and Brie have had since Paige returned. Like they've not had good matches. I'm sorry, they just haven't. But this was good by those standards.
Once again, Paige and Brie Bella, the babyface team, had to resort to some semi-underhanded tactics to retain their title.
It wasn't really underhanded.
They had to reverse the small package, I guess.
Yeah, that's not underhanded. It was just, let's do a distraction finish because sure, we have no other ideas except for these type of finishes. They just beat Fatal Influence. Remember when Fatal Influence came up and everyone's like, oh, this is going to be so great and look how over they are and getting booed, and now like JC's taking pins in the 4-way and they're Laney and Fallon are losing this match. It's like, yeah, you guys got 2 over immediately. We got to... It's so just like WWE booking, and people thought that it like changed, and it did for a few years. Like it legitimately did. And now this year especially has been like, this is everything that everyone is like always hated about WWE booking, and they're just doing all of the tropes all over again. It's like, wait, you got over, but we weren't planning for you to get this over this soon. No, we gotta knock you down a peg here.
Yep, can't do that. Oh, it was a non-title match, but also who could possibly...
It still should have been like, you know, they should have won then if it was a non-title match.
Yep, I agree.
Honestly.
Again, we're spinning our wheels over and over and over again because you don't have any plans for Paige and Brie Bella until you know Nikki is cleared. Because that's the only thing that we're really seemingly hyping
Even
up
when
for.
Nikki's cleared, they have no plans.
Well, no, the plan is going to be that Paige gets jumped out of of the team that she's the tag team champion for.
Hooray!
Like, okay, sure, but then how are you going to address the tag title match? It's going to be what? Nikki just takes over, and then they're going to have a tag title match with Paige and her partner, and then they're going to lose, and the Bellas are going to be champions, or they do the right thing, and it's going to be Paige and everyone's saying Tatum Paxley, but whoever it's going to be, Paige and you know who, going against the Bellas and Paige and whoever winning. So
it's gonna be Paige and AJ Lee. This is how AJ returns, and they're gonna show the Total Divas footage from a decade ago where the Bellas are like, oh, AJ always takes up so much time and she makes it all about herself, and they're gonna show that, and that's gonna be the whole basis of this feud is a throwaway scripted comment on Total Divas from a decade ago.
Wow, very excited for that, but you can't bring back Total Divas. It's okay. Charlotte advances in the Queen of the Ring tournament.
#bow down.
Beats Jade Cargill, Sol Ruca, and Lyra Valkyria. This match was a big ass mess. I'm sorry. It was.
No, it truly was.
It was not good. Nobody was ever in position for anything unless they stumbled around for it. It just wasn't a good match. Charlotte wins. She taps out Lyra with the figure 8, but I know everyone jumps on the Jade Cargill spots and what happened with her wig, and like that sucks. That just plain old sucks. She took it in stride, which I give her full credit for. But it just wasn't a good match otherwise. Like it doesn't even matter what happened to Jade. It just was not a good match.
She took it in stride, but like it just became a thing once it happened because she was so concerned about keeping it on her head that she wasn't doing anything else, and so that was part of the issue there. There was kind of a missed opportunity, honestly, when Soul hit the Soul Snatcher and she's like trying to hold her wig on for it to fly off, and then like you could just do a whole feud out of that. Honestly,
can't build it like that.
I guess that was my first thought though. Is like, man, she should have just let it go on that, and then you got a whole feud to go around on this thing. But it was a mess before then. It really, the Charlotte and Jade minutes were rough. I like both of them, but that was rough during that. Like, and then you watch like Soul move, and you just see like the difference in in how comfortable she is compared to someone like Jade, who's been doing this longer. But Soul looks so smooth and fluid, and Jade just still doesn't, unfortunately.
Soul's also coming from a PC where she was in class daily, and it wasn't just go to the show and work. Like Soul was working not as long as Jade, but more frequently than Jade, especially recently.
Sure, but Jade's been just doing wrestling longer than Soul. I mean, Soul probably has more matches, honestly. But you could just see how quickly and how fluid Soul was moving. Even Charlotte was moving more like, they still look like they're thinking about things too much, and it takes away, unfortunately. But yeah, this match was a little all over the place.
Not good. So anyway, Charlotte's gonna take on Liv Morgan, not for the World Women's Championship, but for the semifinals in the Queen of the Ring tournament. Right? That's the one. She's got
Liv's gonna win so she can face Raquel in the finals.
Hashtag no thanks. Anyway, and they also there was something else that they did on the show that was like, what are we doing here? Maybe I forget what it was. No, it's gonna kill me now.
They did Phoenix and Axiom. That was fun.
That was fine. It was they put a title match that everyone was like, wait, when did he win this? And yeah,
no one said that. They watched that show.
That particular, I mean, they watched the main event is what they watched.
They watched that.
Whatever. That was, again, good match. It was fine. There was something specifically that I was like, why? But I forget what it was. It was very silly.
B-Fab and Michan against Chelsea and Tiffany?
That was a perfect match is what that was.
Okay. I mean, those are all the matches on the show. So was it a segment?
It was probably a segment that I'm forgetting about that when you were talking about
The Miz turned into the old version of himself.
The Miz is now a Franken Miz, and now you're gonna have Yes Boy do the same thing.
I don't know.
No, I don't know what it was either. I thought I had it in my note, and then I just completely lost. Oh, Rhea Ripley's injured. It wasn't an annoyance. It was an important note that Rhea Ripley has. They say that she's was injured in Italy, and she's getting evaluated. That was actually the more important note coming from the Queen of the Ring matches. So we don't know what's going to go on with Rhea Ripley. I assume they're just going to give her the time off until SummerSlam, and when she's ready, she'll be back to wrestle. But that was the big note from that show.
Okay. Yeah. Rhea's hurt.
Allegedly.
Hopefully she's okay. I mean, it's not like they were doing anything with her anyway.
No, God forbid.
They wrapped up the Jade feud. I mean, I know they were teasing like the Charlotte stuff, but I didn't think she was going to wrestle anytime soon off of that. So hopefully she just gets some time off and is healthy moving forward.
Blake Monroe has a burn book. She's going after everyone, but also not coming to work.
Remember when she showed up in that backstage segment and then
amazing
Chelsea got jumped and then Blake is now just doing diary vignettes?
Who'd she get jumped by?
Nia.
Yeah, there you go. She's going to be working with them.
Oh, okay.
That's clearly why she was there, right? So that she could work with Nia and Lash.
If they turn that into something, like, okay, like at least they're making something out of it, actually, but I don't think that was the actual plan.
I wouldn't mind that as a Mean Girls group because Nia does Mean Girl really well.
So, yeah, I think Lash can do Mean Girl.
Yeah,
too, and they're big bullies too.
Yeah.
Like,
heaters for Blake.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that.
I'm not hating this idea now.
No.
All right, listen, if they play it out like that, I don't hate it. But instead, right now, it's a burn book. She's just coming out and she's got all her offs, and that's it. Blake is now.
And then she showed up on Tiffany's stream, and they were friends until she smashed her cake with face with cake.
I give her credit for at least trying to do something in kayfabe on the stream.
Yeah, WWE loves doing that. I mean, because I don't think they actually do that, but they like doing these kind of things to give stuff heat, and then they never acknowledge it on their television show.
Well, but you see, because the quality is not high enough, Joe.
Okay.
Got to get that 4K video.
The quality was not good on these streams, by the way.
No.
Like, it was very much like 2000s reality television quality.
Yeah, not something I would have done. But hey, you know what? They get a lot of people watching them, so who am I? That was basically SmackDown. Right? That was it. There was nothing else.
More or less.
Yeah, Johnny Gargano is still a giant loser. Cody told Sammy that he's also a giant loser. And now Sami Zayn is going to have a world title match in Saudi Arabia.
I don't think he is.
I think they're going to find a way to do it. I think that's either going to be the triple threat or the U.S. title match.
So they're gonna do Gunther, Cody, and Sammy in Saudi, just to pin Sammy again in Saudi. Sure.
Kind of, yes, because he won't lose anything. He's so over. It's like, well, no, he loses something here, but Sammy's just a big old loser. He's the best loser of them all. Julia speaks English enough now that she can book her own travel. That's why she broke off with Kiana James. We got that explanation, so there's that.
Sure. I mean, I hope like they do something with Julia, but I got no,
I got low hopes on that one.
No hopes. I think they see more in Kiana James, and Julia's just gonna be there to lose to her. Which Kiana's not bad or anything. She's definitely improved. It just they ain't doing anything with.
She's working with her best friend Charlotte now.
Yeah, she is. I mean, it's a good friend to have if you're gonna have friends.
Seriously. There is no NWA Power review. Our pal Louis is a coward who decided that watching soccer is more important than watching wrestling.
Wow, fake NWA fan Louis over here.
Fake NWA fan. I'm not happy about it.
Can't believe you, Louis.
Told me on the on our Fightful Select Discord. I was very upset.
What game was on Saturday at 4? Because that's when Power usually airs. There was a game. There was either a game at 4 because I think there was a game at 1. Was that Japan and Netherlands, or was that a little bit later? That Japan Netherlands game was great.
Did you know that Liv Morgan was at that game?
Yeah, no one knew who she was.
She was on her phone. She didn't know she was there.
And the announcers had no idea who she was.
There's a pretty white girl with glasses and a phone.
They love showing just attractive women on these broadcasts.
Look, soccer, attractive women. Come see soccer.
Brazil, Morocco. Was that at 4, Henry? I thought that was earlier in the day. Maybe not.
Did you see the video where I Show Speed showed up and he was live streaming? He was at one of the games and he sat down next to Mamdani and had no idea until he went and said hi to him. Like the chat was telling so for some reason streamers now have like their phones on their wrists like this, like on a wrist.
Sure.
And anyway, so he's like, these guys were like, who am I sitting next to? Who's this guy? Mamdani, where is he? And they play it up as if like he goes and he goes and shakes his hand and he's so excited. And Mamdani's so excited because he's like, I listen to your music all the time, your 2022 World Cup song. I was just laughing. Like nobody knows anybody, but they're all trying to be pally pals. Anyway, WWE superstar I Show Speed met the mayor of New York. I thought about sending it to you guys and being like, you want to try this? But I was like, nah, this is not something I need to do right now. I can send it to you later.
Brazil, Morocco was 6 p.m. on Saturday. Maybe the Japan, Netherlands game was yesterday. I can't keep track of this stuff. Anyway, Japan, Netherlands was great. Who's playing today? All these trash teams that... it definitely wasn't Holland and Japan because Japan did not play Holland. I guess, Holland, Netherlands? I don't know. I'm not good at countries.
Today, in Group H action at noon, Spain takes on Capo Verde.
Game at noon?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Capo Verde. In G action, Belgium and Egypt at 3 p.m.
Spain's going to wreck them.
6 p.m. in Group H action, Saudi Arabia and Uruguay.
Okay.
Group G action at 9 p.m., Iran and New Zealand.
All right.
That is today.
There's a couple decent games today.
Tomorrow, France and Senegal at 3, Iraq and Norway at 6, and Argentina and Algeria at 9.
Yes, I realize Holland's Netherlands now. I'm an idiot.
Well, there you go. What else was there from this weekend? I saw the Roku and Fox merger. Now you can watch all your favorite Fox News stuff on Roku, I guess. I don't know.
It's not going to be done until like the beginning of next year, so we'll see what they end up doing with it. Because I don't know what they're going to do with it. Honestly, like they already have Tubi. Roku's kind of similar to Tubi, so is Tubi just going to be shunned? They said they're going to keep Tubi, but a lot can change between now and whenever this deal goes through.
Rokubi?
Tuboku? Maybe. We'll see.
I mean, also, they have a lot of TVs that go out with Roku integration, so I'm sure they would just get a cut of those too.
Yeah.
You buy Roku TV, Fox now suddenly gets more money out of it. I don't think it's just for I think it's the whole company, right? It's not just the Roku streaming service. Who knows?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think it's just all of Roku, yeah.
And of course, the other big merger that was approved over the weekend, to no one's surprise, was the Paramount and Skydance BS.
Yeah.
Hooray! God forbid we have anti-monopoly laws going and enforced in that country. In brighter news, Alex Windsor and Will Ospreay have tied the knot. They are married. They announced that officially, and I know that Will had also mentioned that he had plans to be getting married the day before the New Japan show. So good for them. Very, very glad to see love conquering once again in the wrestling world. Congratulations to Will Ospreay and Alex Windsor.
Yes, congratulations to Will and Windsor. He still should have hit a hidden blade on her on Wednesday, and she should have kicked him in the dick.
Wow. Well, I mean, I agree with the dick part, the dick kicking part. I do like when wrestlers kick each other in the dick. Quite upset that the TNA title didn't change hand on that dick kick that they did. They did a dick kicking spot. We're never merging with the Busted Open unless we buy them, and then we fire everyone except for LaGreca. He's fine.
I don't want people to like lose jobs. That seems not nice.
You take a look at that roster and you tell me what you want to keep.
I guess.
Yeah,
I don't. Yeah. Oh, the Chicago Bulls hired Thiago Splitter. Okay.
All right. Raw is tonight from Baltimore, Maryland.
That's unfortunate.
I will be on the post show tonight.
I thought you said you're gonna be there.
I will not be there tonight.
Oh,
I'll be watching on Netflix.
coward.
And so can you.
Should
You know what? You're right. We would not fire Denise from Busted.
Yeah.
We would bring her on in the week. She'd be the weekend host. Her and Steve Macklin.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. You replace Macklin or replace Mark Henry with Steve Macklin. I think that show would get a lot better in a lot of ways.
Macklin kept calling Carlos Silva cuck over the weekend.
Oh. Okay, you know what? Forget the Raw preview. We got to talk about this real quick. I've made a very innocuous tweet reply to that. So he comes out at Wrestling Revolver and he stares into the camera and he just shouts, "I told that cuck I quit." And I just sent a tweet out. I quote tweeted our Fightful account because I like to give us the extra engagement. And I said, this man is about to build an empire on something that could have been edited out so easily. And I had people in the replies getting all weird about it, being like, an empire? He doesn't move the needle. I'm just like, I don't give a shit about how you feel about Macklin. He is absolutely going to make a mountain out of this ridiculous molehill that could have been mowed over by TNA. If Carlos Silva had spent any time in a post-production booth that week, he could have seen what was said and what made it or what didn't make it into the final broadcast, because God forbid he does that. And someone who used to work at TNA was like, they couldn't edit it out. It was live. And I DM'd them like, no, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
It was not. That was the same week where they announced the match on the live episode and did not have Macklin on the show. And that was the moment where everyone should have known that was going to be it for Steve Macklin, because why, God forbid, you get some heat on the match. Either way, yes, the man can go in there and just start calling people cucks and get it over.
Why didn't they edit that out?
Because Carlos doesn't give a shit, and the post team was probably like, oh, he's getting heat. I don't think they gave a shit. I just don't.
It's very funny that, looking back, that they didn't, because they could have saved themselves a lot of trouble with this. Bless Macklin. Spinley, I told that cuck I quit.
And like, after when it was airing, like I DM'd, I'm like, they kept that in the final cuts.
He was probably like, yeah, dumb company.
Dumb company. Just amazing to do that. Yeah, him calling people cucks, and he's part of STP. Oh, shout out to them. They had a really good street fight. I know we talked about it earlier, but I know you were not feeling super high on Shane Taylor Promotions, but they really, regardless of what they do next, they did make the most of their time on Collision and on.
No, it's not that I'm like not high on Shane Taylor Promotions. I like all those guys. It's just that
you weren't high on the possibility of them continuing to.
They bring them up for a Collision run. They beat them at every turn, and then they back to ROH with you. That's what I fear is going to happen here. I'd like for them to just stay up on AEW and do some stuff continue to do stuff on AEW TV, but I don't have any hope that that's going to happen. Have them feud with the Don Callis. They'll join the Don Callis family.
Yes.
Everybody's got to feud. Everybody's got to join
Don
the Don
Callis
family.
Don Callis family, sponsored by Shane Taylor Promotions, sponsored by the Don Callis family. Longest name possible. I'm all about it. And Maple Leaf Pro did their tapings this weekend in Windsor, Ontario. They looked like they had a good house and a good time. So if you were there, I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to watch it, they start airing next month on TSN2 at midnight Eastern. So they might show up elsewhere. We'll see. But for now, I'm just glad that there's more eyes on Canadian wrestling than there has been in a very long time. That makes me happy. That's one of the reasons why I'm going to this Canadian Deathmatch show, is because it gives me an opportunity to see more Canadian talent bleed for this. I know. I'm an absolute madman going to this show. I don't even know what camera to bring. I don't know what to do, because
one that you are willing to sacrifice.
That's a sacrifice. I tried to get one the other day that was on an auction website, and I got outbid at the very last second. I bid with 10 seconds left, and someone immediately jumped it with 5 seconds. I was so pissed. And
why'd you do 10 seconds? You should have done 5 seconds.
I was trying, but I was trying to keep things, trying to get it all done and right. I got fucked over.
You had to do with like 2 seconds left.
I know, that's the problem. I've done that before, and I was upset because it was one of the cameras that I've used before and did really well. It was a 4K. It's the Zoom 4K cameras that I used to shoot with, because they have onboard XLR audio, so I don't have to bring an extra audio recorder. I just plug it directly into the camera and we're good to go. The quality of the picture is fine, but I was kind of bummed that I didn't get it, because the price was like $150, which was in the toilet good. Because normally they're brand new.
In the toilet good?
Yeah, like as in like the toilet. It's such a low price. It's like in the toilet.
Okay.
But I didn't get it, so I'm upset. Raw's tonight.
That's unfortunate.
Speaking of in the toilet, I'm doing the post show tonight again.
That's also unfortunate.
I know. I'll be on the main channel talking about Raw. Sean will be, who knows, hopefully doing okay, because he's had a busy couple of days. They're in Baltimore, like I mentioned. Chad Gable versus Rusev.
They're gonna beat Gable. It's gonna be so hilarious.
You kidding me? Rusev can't buy a win. This is perfect for.
I know, but they don't care. This will be the win that he buys.
Poor Rusev, eating crow and making so much money. Just use my phone. What's the big deal? My phone battery won't last the whole time, and I've got battery packs. And also, I want to have good audio. Anyway, we'll see. King of the Ring semifinal: Dominic Mysterio against Obafemi. I really hope that this is an Obafemi victory after Dominic tries to make it into like a run around the ring for 5 minutes match.
Y'all better prepare yourself for this Dominic countout victory and Dominic and Jey in the finals of the shit.
Dom and Liv as King and Queen of the Ring to make them extra obnoxious.
Oh, that's horrible, but okay.
That's something they would do. After there was all the reports about the pushback about why aren't we doing anything with Dom and Liv, it's like, oh, we're gonna do something, all right.
Yeah, I'm for that.
Yeah, Dom and Liv as King and Queen of the Ring. They would do it. Let's see if they play it out. Queen of the Ring: Io Sky, Raquel Rodriguez.
I think Raquel's winning this whole thing, or she's at least going to the finals, and which this would be into the finals. So
what if we do Io instead, and she goes after Rhea after all this? Io and Liv in the final. Io and Charlotte.
No, it's gonna be Raquel. I've sold myself on Raquel.
I mean, that's fine. I understand it, but we'll see where that is. And Roman Reigns makes his return, so get ready if you're watching live at the 10:15 o'clock spot.
He might open the show. He's been opening the show a couple times.
They would have told you he's opening. He just returns tonight. If he's closing the show, then I highly recommend people do what I do. When the music starts, if you've got headphones or something, go do anything around your house. Go. What I can normally do, I can go to the bathroom. I can fill up my water bottle. I can set up my table for the post show. Do whatever things you want to do. I can meal prep. I can check on my kids. I've literally done things because typically from the time that music hits until he says his first words of the city they're in, Baltimore tonight, you will get a good solid 8 minutes of uninterrupted work done because nothing happens. They go to a commercial break to do the pyro, then they come back from the commercial break to give you, guess what? More pyro. It has been the same thing every week when Roman's been on the show. It's amazing. So you could probably get a lot done. So there you go. Charlotte said on her IG Live that they're going to be wrestling tonight. Charlexa. Okay, good for them.
Against
Charlexa against
Roxanne and Liv.
That seems bad.
I right? It would have to be because
guess.
I mean it doesn't have to be, but Raquel's already wrestling tonight, so yeah.
Maybe they're on
Roxanne
main event.
What?
Maybe they're on main event.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, I think it would be. I think it would probably be Roxanne and Liv. Then it would be the match. Okay.
Yeah, we'll see. But that is Raw tonight. That is our show. Unless you have
Seems
anything to
bad.
add.
I'll be watching World Cup.
Probably a good idea. I'll be around.
Or playing GTA 5.
Ooh, good idea.
Patrolling corners, looking for hookers to punch in the mouth with a roll of quarters.
Wow. Okay, let's run it back now.
I laughed when LA Knight tried to run back his entrance and Jey Uso immediately cut him off. It was kind of lame. They should have just let that play a little bit longer, but God forbid this company do anything fun.
Asking too much. Jeremy, what was your moment of the weekend?
I don't know.
Nothing.
I don't know. Like the street fight that started in the street.
I feel like you're recycling something here.
Am I?
Yeah, that was your Thursday or your Friday.
That couldn't have been my Friday moment.
I'm pretty sure it was your Friday moment.
Didn't I pick something from TNA just to like throw them a bone?
You're funny. You could have. I don't remember at this point.
I don't remember what I picked. I've slept like 2 hours, Joel. Cut me some slack here.
Never.
USA beating Paraguay. USA. We're winning it all.
Good for you.
There's a great call. I forget which national. It might be the Spanish broadcast.
Was
where
it?
They
go?
No. They were like, "Oh fuck!" And
That's even better.
They were so stunned that USA like scored this really great goal. They're like, "I can't believe this is like happening here. Like, how is USA this good right now?" And I was like, "Yeah, they better get used to it." So it was fantastic.
There we go. My moment of the weekend was Jey Uso advancing in the King of the Ring tournament. Because if there's one thing you can always count on, it's warning shot pow and
pal. Like it's your pal.
Yeah, your warning shot pal and Usos and all of the bloodline going over. Because God bless King of the Ring. Get ready for Gunther versus Jey Uso 15.
I don't understand the warning shot because he like headshots him. Like your warning shot is like you've killed them already.
Well, in the US, a warning shot is exactly that. You just fire first and ask questions later. Also, if you've ever seen Jay's stories, doing warning shot bow and shooting him in the head is exactly how he basically acts on his stories.
He's hilarious with his Instagram stories, just like trying to drudge up all of this stuff. Like I respect that he's like leaning into this kind of stuff. I mean, maybe he's actually like really got this chip on the shoulder and is salty about things. I like to believe that he's just playing up of like, yeah, you guys hate me? Okay, fine. This is what I'm going to tweet. I don't know. Maybe he is super into his feelings about this. He shouldn't be. It's wrestling. It's okay.
It's his lifeblood, buddy.
This your warning shot, bro.
Ridiculous.
I need to get that clip so I can use it as a drop on this show.
There's something in our Discord. I'm sure of it. I think Luis has something. Just ask him.
I can just get it on. Hold on. I'll get it right now.
Get it right now? Okay.
Yeah. Well, we'll end the show with a warning shot.
Warning shot bow.
Yeah.
All right. That's fair. What did we accomplish today?
Not a damn thing.
We talked about what happened in wrestling over the weekend. There wasn't really much else to do. And there's soccer going on. So congratulations to Danhausen and Danhausen only.
Yeah, he's gonna curse countries here.
God bless. Sure. I've got a few.
Could you imagine? Why do we have all these SmackDown graphics on our brand?
Friday with Rob and Maggie.
All right, well, I'm deleting all of those. They're outdated. Who cares?
I'll have to get rid of the therapy donkey.
No, I'm just deleting the SmackDown graphics.
This one. What is this?
What I'm uploading the.
Yeah, I don't know what this is.
I don't know. It's a can of beer coming down.
Well, that's going. See you. Bye.
Okay.
This your warning shot.
There we go.
Are we gonna get demonetized for that?
I mean, it's possible.
Oh, whatever.
We'll see what happens. Can't curse the U.S.
I hope YouTube tells us before demonetizing us.
This your warning shot.
Well, given that it's YouTube in the USA, it's probably not going to do that.
We should get a warning shot before we get demonetized.
Well, you did. The warning shot was bow, as in bow demonetized. Back tomorrow.
Jey Uso's hilarious, man.
He is something. We're back tomorrow. It's Jeremy and SP3. You get USA. You get USA SP. You get USA SP. Run it back.
It sounded like you just like glitched. It's like you get USA as a yeet. And
That was stupid. Incredibly so. Join those two. They're going to talk about God knows what. But the plan is that he's on the show, so hopefully that's what's going to happen. But anything else you need to add, Jeremy, before we get out of here?
This your warning shot.
Well, the first time didn't do it. This will absolutely do it.
Josh Bishop is going to join us tomorrow. We're going to ask him about that TNA Slammiversary match.
I'm excited.
Very excited. Run back to Joel, make him say, na 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 na.
Nah. I do appreciate that is when I had my hair shorter and my beard shorter, so it doesn't make me look like a homeless man while I'm doing it.
Well,
less so. Anyway, I mean, I look a little less in the face. Anyway, for Jeremy Lambert, you know who he is because I just said his name.
wait, what did we accomplish today, Joel?
What are you gonna clip it and put it somewhere? Nothing. We talked about a whole lot of wrestling, unfortunately, and congratulations to Danhausen and Danhausen only. That was it.
I think the biggest thing we accomplished today is
This your warning shot.
I knew it. The second you were, I knew it. I hate you so much.
fair.
Jeremy Lambert. You know who I am. You know who he is. Ladies and gentlemen, friends around the bottom, leave a thumbs up on the way out. And as always,
This your warning shot.